Valley, whatever it is.
But you can at least get some shade instead of going up to 20.
All right, we're talking with Magnus Backstedt, the big Swede, as he's known, a Tour de France stage winner of Paris-Roubaix, winner of several Swedish national titles and all kinds of other amazing races. And he's here in Massachusetts for a few days. What are you going to do with us here in Massachusetts?
Well, I'm here to ride the Pan Mass Challenge, and it's one of the things that I've wanted to do for a longer period of time is to sort of help promote whatever we can do to cancer research and support of cancer, people struggling with cancer, and even the survivors of cancer. So having had a bit of a run with cancer myself, I had a melanoma a while back. My sister had breast cancer, so she's gone through the full works with mastectomies and chemotherapy and radiation and everything. Luckily, she managed to survive it. So it's something that's very close to me. And when this opportunity came around to come out here and ride this ride and try and help raise some money and raise awareness for the cause, and I thought, well, I got to do it. And I'm trying to do as much as I can, even over in Europe, in the UK, and wherever the opportunity arises, I'll try to do my bit for the cause.
Well, that's great news. Now, in other news, I understand that you are running a professional cycling team. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, started in the beginning of this year, actually. I thought I've got 13 years of professional experience at the highest level of the sport, and I decided to pack it up, and I've had my run at it, and I thought, with all that experience, I got to do something with that, try and help the, young riders in the sport, and really try and put my experience and knowledge across to those guys, and try and help them make it in the sport. So, we started out quite a small team this year, and on a very tight budget and everything, but it's just something that sort of really drives me to try and pick up on riders coming from non-traditional cycling countries like Sweden. We have very, very few riders actually racing at the top level, but we've always managed to produce a couple of good professional riders. Same thing with the States, and even if you go further down south towards South America and stuff like that, they don't really get an opportunity to come across to Europe and race. So what I'm trying to do is talent spot wherever I'm going, all the way around the world, try and bring in young talented riders and help them, sort of give them an opportunity to show themselves off to the big sport directors in the big pro teams in the world. And having my own coffee brand, I figured, well, okay, let's try and see if we can actually do this with just the proceeds of the coffee money. And that's part of the reason why I got out here as well, is that Matt Dill is with the Forza G team. They're helping me distribute the coffee over in the States, and we're sharing the profit. 50% of the profit goes into the Pan Mass and into the Forza G and the fundraising for the Dana Farber, and half of it goes into my team. So it's just something that everything kind of ties in nicely with me being out here.
Just wondering, did you happen to watch the tour this year, and give us your impressions?
I've been working quite a bit with as a commentator for a couple of different channels, and this year I had the opportunity to work quite a bit with the British Eurosport, and I was actually in the panels, sort of giving analysis, pre and post stage. So yeah, I was glued to the television all the way through the tour, and it was a good tour, and quite a sort of interesting last week with the battles, Contador, Armstrong, the Schleck brothers, and also the guys from Garmin, Christian van der Velde and Bradley Wiggins. So I really enjoyed the tour this year, and of course it's the first year that I'm sort of watching it from the sidelines rather than doing it myself, and it was a different experience, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Now there's a big hubbub, of course. The States were very Armstrong focused. What do you think is going on with this whole Contador Armstrong back and forth?
I don't know. I'm sort of thinking that half of it is brought on by the media and by the press. Yeah, definitely. There's rarely smoke without fire, but I think it's kind of been blown out proportion a little bit, and you could kind of see that when Astana went in there with 4 riders who could potentially win the race. It's always going to be a difficult challenge to keep everyone happy and keep everyone sort of pulling in the same direction. But I think they, in the end, they did a good job. They were professional about it, and they came out with a great result. So, yeah.
So we should check out your website. You offer is it the Viking blend? What is it?
Yeah, we call it the Viking blend. It kind of wanted to go a bit with the Swedish tradition. As I'm born and raised in Sweden, and the logo kind of stands out a bit. And it's a coffee that it started out in sort of the spring 2005, where I wanted to try and raise some money to give a grant to sort of young cyclists to try and help them, because cycling is an expensive sport, and I figured, well, if I can, make some money to try and put something back into the sport, help the youngsters, then great. And on that road we kind of went, and when we got to this year, I stepped up the sales a little bit and really started pushing it, and now we've been able to run this professional cycling team with it. So, if you go on to magnusmaximuscoffee.com, you can order your coffee online and set up a subscription, and basically the coffee turns up at your front door once a month, and that's the way you go forward. And I think it's a great way. You enjoy good coffee, you watch some cycling, and you're supporting a good cause with both the fundraising for the Dana Farber and for you're supporting young cyclists and trying to get them out there.
Well, it sounds great, and really thank you for coming over to the States, doing the Pan Mass Challenge, and looking forward to seeing what your impressions are of Massachusetts, riding it from coast to coast.
I think it's going to be a great event. I'm sort of picking up bits and pieces, and it sounds like it's going to be a pretty big event, and I'm definitely looking forward to riding across the state. And when you come out and sort of you see new roads and new places, it's always interesting, and it's definitely going to be a good experience.
Well, thanks again for talking to us.
No problem at all. So I tried to dive down on the inside, but Roger Hammond kind of blocks me straight away, so I get caught on the inside of the line. And at that point I just thought, okay, I just got to wait, because Flavio Cancellara is going to open up to the right, and he's going to leave me a motorway on the inside to get past me. And it was just one of those, like I said,